Good Monday morning, friends. Mark Holmes, my buddy Cowboys, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boot Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up those football gods here. You know what? As we look down here at 76 days, 9 hours, 76 days, 9 hours, 14 minutes, and 45 seconds from now, I got to get back in the swing of it. That's all we have left to the football season. It's crazy that week 12 is almost in the books. The Washington football team taking on the New Orleans Saints, where we will be live streaming tonight, watching and seeing what happens in that one. We'll see if the Washington football team's dreams are dashed by losing to Seattle, or if Seattle kind of keeps theirs on life support. Russell Wilson has not looked good since coming back from the broken finger. In fact, the Seattle Seahawks have just looked bad, and you know that there's a divorce about to happen in Seattle. Pete Carroll or Russell Wilson, one of the two are going to have to go. It's time for them to start over. But that's not my burden. Right now I'm dealing with my Dallas Cowboys, whom we heard a couple of days ago that Zeke Elliott, the concern is the injuries that he has had. And he's been dealing with nagging injuries since October. You'll remember he ended up getting tackled on the pylon. From that point on, he's been sustaining injury after injury from the back, the knee, the ankle, and, of course, the usual wear and tear of blocking his ass off and saving Dak's behind, as well as taking the punishment of being the bellwether back for the Dallas Cowboys. And these nagging injuries, you could see, kind of came to a head on Thanksgiving, where Zeke Elliott was getting 2.8 yards per carry without a burst. The word was that the Cowboys were considering resting him for Thursday's game, thinking that if they rest him on Thursday, with already having a week behind them, they have, of course, the kind of mini bye week when you have a Thursday night game, that Thursday through Sunday, plus another week to go through the stretch run. Zeke Elliott is saying, nobody has talked to me about sitting out for Thursday. Let me say it again. Nobody has talked to me about sitting out for Thursday. But that's not necessarily a surprise, because when you think about Tyron Smith, the week before, Tyron Smith was practicing, or trying to practice, to get ready to play. Thought going into the game that he was going to play, and they shut him down. There was questions on whether or not Dak Prescott would be returning from his injury, and we didn't find out till literally Cooper Rush actually took the warm-ups and ended up starting the game. So that's not necessarily a surprise right there. Cowboys are probably taking a wait-and-see look at it and seeing how bad does he look in practice. They had the first practice yesterday. Unfortunately, Terrence Steele is now on the COVID list, along with several of the Dallas Cowboys coaches. I don't know what the Cowboys have to do to get this behind us, but we got to somehow get COVID behind us. No team has been hit harder by COVID than the Dallas Cowboys. No team has missed more players having missing time to COVID than the Dallas Cowboys. The fact that we are still in the playoff conversation with as many players as we've had lost is an amazing thing. But unfortunately, you see the injuries and COVID catching up to the Cowboys. You can only withstand so much before you start losing games, and that's where we have been the last couple of weeks, where we've gone 1-3 over the course of November. Fortunately, tomorrow's the last day of November. We're on to December, and let's see if we can turn this around. And one of the ways we'll be able to turn this around is getting some needed help back. Right now, we know that DeMarcus Lawrence looks like he's on track to be back. CeeDee Lamb should be back at practice today. I'm sorry, CeeDee Lamb was back at practice yesterday. Amari Cooper will be back today. So the Cowboys kind of get a few players back, and then they lose one, or coaches and things. And this has been the story of the tape of the Dallas Cowboys for this season. It's been a rough year as far as that goes, but at least we're on this side of the division lead. Going into yesterday, wow. You would have thought that this was an Eagles channel by the number of Eagle fans that have been living here on this channel. They have been coming after me like gangbusters. Sadly, they've all disappeared. By 5 o'clock, I only saw a few Eagle fans. And I guess for the next 2 weeks, since they're entering their bye week, those cockroaches will be gone. And they had the opportunity to get into the driver's seat of the wild card conversation. They did. But that loss, that dropped them all the way down to 10th. And what it did do was, now Rashid's talking about, we going to the playoffs. Playoffs?
Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah. It's giving some other teams new hope. Right now, Minnesota, even with the loss that they had, and San Francisco would be your final two wild card teams. But that, by no matter of a stretch of the imagination, is written in stone because things evolved. If you were to go back a month ago and looked at the Rams, you would have said that the Rams are looking to have the home field advantage in the Super Bowl. And then they sign Odell Beckham Jr. and Von Miller. And you looked at this and said, this is truly an all-star team. That these guys got it together. They were already playing that good. Then you add Odell Beckham and you add Von Miller. Yeah, but now they're on a 3-game losing streak. And Matthew Stafford is looking more like Matthew Stafford of the Lions. And there was some article or some headline today was, could the Rams miss the playoffs? If the Rams miss the playoffs with what they've given up for players, Von Miller, a second and a third, knowing that they've traded away their first for the next couple of years for Matthew Stafford, the first that they gave up for Jalen Ramsey, they literally do not have a pick until the 5th round. And I can't imagine with having to redo, if they're going to keep Odell, they're going to keep Von Miller, and since you spent a second and third for Von Miller, it'd be a shame to just let him go at the end of the season. And Matthew Stafford, those are all contracts you're going to have to redo. I don't see them with a lot of money to be able to bring in other players. And so what they have right now is what they're going to have and not be able to resupply with youth. Anyway, for the Dallas Cowboys, with the Eagles losing, Cowboys are 2.5 games up on the Eagles right now because, of course, they've beat them head-to-head. And right now, the only team that's left on the schedule with the winning record would be the Cardinals, which would be the season ender. At that point, it may not matter what the Cowboys do in there. All the Cowboys have to do is take care of the teams that they should beat. And this week, that being the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints are banged up and they're without a quarterback. But don't sleep on that defense led by, to me, one of the best linebackers in football, and that's Demario Davis. He plays downhill, and he is a game changer. I know New Orleans has not won a game since Jameis Winston went out, but this is the new NFL. From week to week, a team can look great, and then the next week they can look like utter garbage. So with that being said, we got a lot of work and things to do in the workshop, and I got to go down and take care of my cousin this morning. Definitely got to ride him a little bit. But I just wanted to revisit my boys, Philly 500, and check in on him to make sure he's feeling okay after the loss last night, because I know he was kind of sad.
You're by the way, and ting by here, and what a horrible performance by the Philadelphia Eagles today. They fall to the Giants 13-7, and I got a lot to say, but first and foremost, I got to start with this. I got to give a congratulations to the New York Giants, the New York Giants fans, Michael Strahan, they retired his jersey today, on beating the Philadelphia Eagles. You guys went out there, you were better than us, you beat us fair and square. We're not gonna make any excuses. You went out there and you won. Congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to Bad Dog. Congratulations to the Entertainer. Congratulations to Pizzle. You guys won. And for the next few weeks, you get to enjoy it on us no question about it. And then hopefully we'll get you back in Philly, and then we'll get some revenge ourselves. But congratulations to all the Giant fans. You guys won. I don't want to make
Walk of shame.
This is a hard game for me. This is maybe the hardest loss I had all year, because I had a bet with Bad Dog. I bet Bad Dog that if the Eagles would lose, that the next time the Eagles and Giants play, I would have to wear Giants gear. So the next time we play the Giants, I actually have to stream with Giants gear on. That is going to be very hard for me. First of all, I don't own any Giants gear, so I'm gonna have to buy some stuff. Second of all, it's embarrassing. It's gonna be maybe one of the most humiliating things I've ever done. But
and he's done a lot of humiliating things.
Congratulations to Bad Dog for winning the bet. The little Pizzle Fizzle trophy, whatever that is out there, Pizzle won that. And Philly 500 and the Eagles, we take a double moonwalk into the ass. That's the only way I can say. Today was horrible. It was horrible. Jalen Hurts was not good. He was not good. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to make excuses. He was bad. 3 interceptions, couldn't throw anything. He couldn't throw to anybody today. For most part, he couldn't throw to anybody. At the end of the game now, he threw a couple passes that should have been caught. That's a whole different story we'll get into in a minute. But first and foremost, I don't think Jalen Hurts was good enough to win today.
I think, let me summarize it for you guys.
Well, what happened was that second game, we got our ass kicked. Or the second half, we just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked. We couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our ass totally kicked in the second half. That's what it boiled down to. It was a horse performance in the second half. Horse. I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed. Coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked in that second half. It sucked. It stunk.
Okay.
That pretty much summarizes it. Let's go to my other son, Pizzle.
Little baby doll! How about the Giants? Woo! Can the Eagle fans get a whistle? Can the Eagle fans get a whistle? Can the Eagle fans get a whistle?
Oh,
Give
Lord.
it to him! Blow it! You suck, Eagle fans!
Ooh.
Yeah! Ah! Who's got the winning streak on you geeks now? We do! We do!
Oh, Lordy.
We do! Give it to me, little baby doll! Too slow!
Oh, no, you didn't do that to baby doll. No, you didn't do that to my granddaughter.
Daddy's in a good mood. Jalen Hurts completed about, 12 passes a day, and half of them were the Giants.
Whoa.
Yeah! Maybe you should have pulled him like you did week 17 to get a look at the other guy.
Oh, he's feeling it today.
Yeah!
Wow.
On Michael Strahan's day, that we retired his number, we kicked your rear ends. A defensive day. And let's be honest, all the geeks out there that were shoving their fingers so far up their nose, wanting to say, see what happens when you fire JC. Well, our offense still stunk today.
That's right. They still stunk.
I didn't see anything different in the offense today without Jason Garrett. Even at the end of the game, when we got a chance to really stick it to the Eagles, we don't. We don't. And we make it hard on Pizzle. We make it hard on the rest of us Giant fans. We make us have to get all the way reeled in. I mean, first of all,
when these bad boys are brought out, which we never win in these things.
Mm-hmm.
What we did today, when these things are brought in, we could be 0-100 and Pizzle would say, yeah, we win it today.
All right, that'll be enough of my boys. With that being said, we'll be live streaming tonight the Washington football team against the Seattle Seahawks. Don't forget, less than 2 weeks before we have our tailgate at FedEx Field. If you're interested in going, I have a video in there, already in here about the tailgate and so on. Or in the community tab, there's a link in there as well for us to leave a comment or email me at cowboysmark94@gmail. If you plan on being there, because I need to get a count of how much food I need to cook for how many people and things. And if you want to do some things to help us out, that's a way to get information and stuff for it. That, and if you are a channel member and you have not done it, I know over half of you have already gotten in there, and appreciate that. There's a link in there in the community tab for you as well to go through and to make sure that we've gotten you your shot glass, or if you're a tailgate member, your rack and shot glass and stuff like that, as well as information to let you know about specials and different things that are going on, such as Zoom calls that we're going to start doing with channel members and things. Make sure you go through there, fill it out, and we will get back with you. And with that being said, I got to go get to my day job, so you know how we roll.
Our coach here, as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is